Okay, I'm going to talk about this step 4 in section 12, the Advanced Swift Programming Challenge. So what we've done is we're building a tip selection app, and step 4 is about writing some of the software to support it. So what they talk about is you can use a property called isSelected to make a button have a background and appear selected. Try adding this code in the tip changed IB action and running the app. When you tap on any of the tip buttons, the 0% button should become selected. So what they're using is the 0% button is .isSelected equal true. And so they say figure out how to make the tip button that the user pressed become the selected button and make the others deselected. So the first thing I started to do here was try to figure out, okay, so first of all, what is selected? Well, currently we got this, the 0 or 10, let me see, what was it? 0% button dot is selected equal true, and that made this button light up whenever anything was pressed. But so we know that that's how that works. But what we really want to do is we want to look at the sender that's coming in and set that to be true. And you also notice that if you go over here to the attribute description here, you can see that if you click on the 10%, you'll see that that is enabled and selected. Whereas if you click on like 20%, it's not, and 0%, it's not. So you can see that they're using this selected, which is very similar to this is selected, to highlight the button text. And so now that we know that, we can use the sender.isSelected. But if you only use sender.isSelected, and that's the first thing I tried, then all of them get selected and none of them get turned off. So the first thing to do is to set all of them to be false, and then to set sender.isSelected to be true. And that way you'll be able to see that the sender.isSelected is the thing that makes the different buttons get selected, and then it gets deselected because the way it actually works is every time you click one of those buttons, this tip changed function gets called. And so that's why it looks like it's switching back and forth, but it's really calling this function over and over again. And then the next thing that they ask you to do is to figure out how to print the tip amount the user tapped on when the calculate button is pressed, and say that the tip percentage should be expressed as a decimal. So they say tap on the 20% button, and the 20% button gets selected. Next tap on the calculate button, and this value down below gets selected. So if you choose 20% and calculate, you get 0.2. So you have to think through what is that conversion process, what data type are we actually converting. And so one way to think about it is that we want to take the string value of this 0%, 10%, or 20% and convert it to a percent value. So the first thing you got to do is figure out how to grab the number. So what I did is I looked over here at the attributes and tried to see where the 10% was shown, and it's here in the title. So then if you then you know you can grab it by something to do with the title. So first you have to grab it, and then you need to figure out how to display it, and then you have to remove the last character from the string. And so what I did is I went to Google search and typed in how to remove the last character from the string, and I got I just did this particular search, And I got this in Stack Overflow, this link, which basically talked about to use this dot drop last. So you have to use a string variable or constant, then dot drop last, and that'll get rid of that percent value in the string. And then in this case, I let button title equal the title of the sender button as a percent. And then I remove the percent from the button title using this drop last function part of the string. And then I cast the string to a double. So let button title as number equal double. And then I convert this tip, which is a global variable. So I created a global variable up here and initialized it to 0.10 and set it to tip equal this thing, button title as number divided by 100. So let me just run this code for you real quick so you can see how it works. So right now there's nothing showing down here, and if I click on 10, then you'll see this tip calc selected equal 10 because I'm printing this value. But the thing I did want to show you is when I was trying to figure out what the current title was, I could do this current title. So all I did was I said print, and remember, because we have the 0% button is a actual IB outlet, then we can do 0% button dot. And so I looked for title, and I saw title label. That actually could work, I guess. But then we've got we have to force it to display. So let's try this now and see if that will actually display. I don't know, I haven't tried that. So if I go 0, yeah, okay, so it's not happy with that. The label isn't. Okay, so here's the text. So I wonder if we can do, yeah, maybe we'll be able to do that. Let me try this. Print 0 button title label dot text. Okay, so let's see if that'll work. And I will try this. So then okay, so then it prints as an optional. So then we have to go through that whole optional conversion thing. So I think it's better just to do something a little bit different. So if it's not print 0% button dot, let's see, so if I can also scroll through here, and so now I can see current title, and so that's where I got that piece. And then we do need to do something to make it print. So anyway, that was my thought process of how to get that value. And then I think I walked you through this other piece. So I'm going to stop this part of the recording right now that explained how to do this. Oh, let me see. I don't know if I finished it. Let's see. All right. So I didn't actually hit calculate. So if I calculate, then I get the 0.0. So I think what they actually wanted was just a 0.0. Let's see. Instead of 0.1, they want 0.1, I think. Oh no, 0.0, 0.1, so that's all okay. So I converted it to a double and then was able to get it to do this value. And the way I did that is I created tip equal button title as number divided by 100. And then down here in the calculate pressed function, I just said print tip. So this has access to that global variable up there. So that's step 4 of the section 12, Advance with Programming Challenge.